So, buddy, tell me about judging the event you were just at.
Oh, guys, it's Scott, King Queen Cichlids, and we are at the Keystone Clash, and we are getting ready to judge. There are some really fantastic fish in here, and I can't wait to get started.
A great experience. Not as many fish as I had hoped would be there. And I ended up doing way more judging than I was really ready for. So luckily my buddy Alan Rawlings was there. And he has a lot of experience with all the different fish. So after we got out of the large cichlids, I kind of just held the notebook pad and wrote down the scores and observed. I helped him out with some stuff, but it was a good experience. It certainly was.
It's always fun being at a fishy event. I don't care what level you're going there for. It's a blast to be there, man.
Yeah, and I tell you, while we're talking about it, there was a ton of YouTubers. I mean, a ton of them. And my girl, Susie Q, was right there in the middle of it, like leading the pack, making them feel comfortable, showing them around. What a great girl, man. I mean,
I love me some Susie, man. She's awesome.
She's absolutely awesome. So, unfortunately, I wasn't there for the full day. I came in to score fish, and then I was out of there. In fact, I had to bring the head judge with me. So I really missed out on meeting a lot of YouTubers. So hopefully next event I can meet some of these incredible people. A couple of them, Skipper and a couple other people, actually helped set up the place. So it was really nice.
Yeah, Skipper's good peeps too. He's really good peeps. So, buddy, the other thing that happened this week that I thought was hilarious, and I got to bring it up, but I got to see this photo that was on Facebook where it showed this gigantic dude with these little superheroes, man. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I do know what you're talking about.
I love that. Loved it.
I love photography, and quite literally, I like being my inner child, man. You can't let it go. It's just stuff's just too damn serious, man.
It was fun, so, dude.
If I can grab all my action figures and take them outside and take pictures of them, my neighbors were looking at me, Kenny, like I was freaking crazy as hell.
The shot you got was incredible. It shows them all like looking at you like, what is this? And then you're looking back, man. I liked it a lot. So,
thank you. So speaking of photos, let's tell us about what the hell happened here.
Oh, brother, that was bad, man. So all this mess started on Friday night. The stand that my buddy and I built is messed up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to when we both get settled down, the 300 stand is gonna have to be redone in order to get the 300 up. Anyway, Friday is when I found out. The reason I found out, I was going back there in the garage. I have this like whiskey locker in there. And on top, I have this foam insulation that I was going to use as the bottom layer to put the tank on. So I reach up there to grab the foam insulation, and out of nowhere comes this 2x4, full steam, 10 feet from the air, Scott, and just whammies me right there, dude.
Haven't we told you not to be around tools or any of that stuff?
There was no tools. All I was doing was pulling insulation down, man. Wasn't even a tool involved yet, you know? Oh man, brother. And anyway, I didn't think it knocked me on my behind. I'm on the ground, you know. I'm like, oh. But I knew the boys were down there waiting on this so we could get the take up. So I run down there not thinking that maybe I did something.
Like a concussion?
One guy, yeah, well, I was concussed for sure. The one dude goes, what in God's name, Kenny, have you done now? I'm like, what did I do? He goes, Blow, you're bleeding like a movie bleed, man. Come on, man. And I guess it was just bleeding out of the head, going everywhere. I didn't know it. Mike Tyson
hit you.
Oh, dude, it was bad. It was a pretty good knock. I mean, it's finally the knot's gone. I got a little bit of a cut left, but yeah, bad day.
But you're still good looking, so
yeah.
Okay. So speaking of the Keystone Clash, a lot of events are starting to happen. I'm getting really excited. Let's talk about Lee Valley Aquarium Society, November 7th. Now, these are my good friends, Karen and Alan. They live up in Allenstown, PA, which is about 2 hours north of me. They do the swap meet like I think 3 or 4 times a year, where everyone just drives their cars up, and there's a fire department there, and the fire department lets them come set up tables and sell and trade fish. It's really a cool event. I unfortunately am going to be fishing on the Chesapeake that day, so I'm not going to be able to go. My boss has set up all the managers for us to go fishing, so I can't miss that.
What are y'all fishing for? Stripers?
I don't even know. I don't even know. All I know is that I got to be there. I don't want to be seasick in front of anyone. So I'm going to try.
Drenamine, bro. Drenamine.
Drenamine, is that what I need?
Yep. Take some Drenamine. I usually take one about an hour before I'm going out. Take another one as soon as I get on the ship. You'll be fine.
All right, cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to it more, not because of the fishing, but more so because of the photography. I can't wait to take pictures of everything going on out there. So anyway, shout out to Lee Valley Aquarium Society. It's a great event. A lot of people, a lot of vendors show up. So want to shout them out.
Man,
all right, and then the next one is Danbury. And this is the outdoor aquarium swap meet. Lots of people we're adjusting to this COVID situation and are doing a lot of swap meets. So,
and I know exactly what they're doing, Scott. They're emptying those tanks, baby. They want to make room for some new breeds. I get it, man. They're all ready to release, bro.
This is going to be at the Knights of Columbus Hall parking lot in Camel, New York. So this is a cash and carry event. Bring your own table and chair. Vendors handle own sales. So
wow, dude, you guys, yeah, dude, I would love to.
So let's see, and then the last one I have, Cichlid Spooktacular. This is going to be done by the New England Cichlid Club Association, and their president is Peter George. And it looks like they have a speaker, Ivan, and I'm not even going to butcher his name, Michael Jovic or something like that. But again, they're doing like a swap meet, and they're having a speaker there at the Doubletree Hilton in Bristol, Connecticut. So lots of stuff going on. It's good to see that people are getting out and fish events are happening all over again. Yeah. Let me ask you something, because I saw your video and I fell in love with these fish, and I've never seen them before. These are the zebra acara. You did a video on them. Tell me about them. They are beautiful, man.
They are very, very rare in the hobby. Not too many people have bred them. I don't know exact numbers, but I know my buddy is very few in the United States that has bred them. I got fortunate. Another one of the great breeders in our Greater Portland Aquarium Society, and also my good friend John, bred them. But absolutely, those fish are so amazingly, if you watch the video, they're just like rainbows. They'll flash their colors when they're ready to start saying, hey, it's time for us to,
get it on.
Oh yeah, baby. They flash like that, and they go from silver to jet black, the females, with these gorgeous stripes, and they'll do it within 10 seconds. They're just instantly changed. But very, very cool fish. I would want to see them in everybody's tank, because, I mean, this is a fish that you do probably need to keep. I only have 2 or 3 in a tank because they are gnarly to each other.
Right.
But I started off with a group of 8, waited for the other 2. I've got 2 complete pairs now that have paired off. Now I'll get rid of the rest. Then eventually I'm going to put those 2 pairs by themselves, species only, in a couple of 30s to start.
Yeah, let me put this picture back up. So if you guys have not seen this video, definitely check out Daniken Aquatics. I believe you released this about 5 days ago. You're talking about, you were looking at my discus. I just sat there just looking at this video, shocked at how cool these fish look. They're amazing looking.
Well, Sky, you're a buddy. I'm sure I can get some when you're ready.
Yeah, because listen, I thought at first they were Cubans. I was like, are those Cuban cichlids? But then the colors and the finish,
you know what makes those so cool?
What's that?
You can keep those 4 fish in a 55, and they'll think they're in the
ocean.
Yeah, I mean, they're a little smaller even than a electric blue acara.
Right.
They only get about this big, but they are mean. I will emphasize they are very nasty to one another once they reach that sexual maturity. So.
See, that's another reason I like aggressive fish, so that would be right up my alley. But so you want to hear some feel-good responses that we got from our last fish heads?
Sure.
Now, I think it's how long has it been, Kenny? Three weeks, maybe.
At least. I think it's
Yeah,
been because, I mean, you had to get ready for the Keystone.
yeah,
There was something else. Then all I know is I canceled twice on you. You canceled twice on me. And we finally
yeah.
got together. That's all I remember.
That's all that matters. So here we go. Natural aquariums. Thanks for the show, gentlemen. I don't keep many cichlids these days outside of some apistos and some Altum angels, but I did enjoy the conversation. Look forward to more fish heads in the future. So thank you very much, Natural Aquariums.
Appreciate that, Ryan.
Mary Paige Flynn, that's our
Aw.
girl. Fish head. So glad to see you guys back. God bless and love you bunches. We love you too, Mary. We love you so much. Mary is doing what? Father Fish? Or is she hosting?
I think she does Father Fish and a few others, but I don't think she does it on the regular. I think she just kind of makes the round circuit and does her thing.
Right.
That girl's busy, man, with the grandkids and everything else going on. She's pretty hard to keep track down.
Yeah, but she's wonderful, that's for sure. Next, sweet and spicy, like that name. Our last video, this was 2 weeks ago. So our last video was out 2 weeks ago. Not as bad as we thought. Wow, I'm here to visit my dear you. It says, wow, I'm here to visit your dear friend. You always impress us with your beautiful content. Thank you. Keep sharing with us. Have a wonderful day and see you soon. Big like 54. And then the next one's at Quinn's Natural Aquariums. Very awesome show, guys. I so miss this, but I'm glad it's back. Keep it up.
Thanks, Ian. Appreciate that.
I tell you, Kenny, and this is no lie. Hand to God. I had so many people come up to me and talk to me at the Keystone Clash. And I'm telling you, Kenny, I swear just about every other one of them said something about fish heads. We love it. When's the next show? So I'm glad it's so popular. Let's see. And here's some more. The Fish Witch going to refer my niece who loves her discus to watch on replay.
Nice.
And then she replied, I do love my babies, Twisted Aquarium. So if you guys forgot, because it's been 2 weeks, our last guest was Chris Gazdick, who is, official. That was his name, was sure. Official Fish Store is his new store. And he gave us a lot of great tips on discus. So if you missed that episode.
And he had some amazing discus.
Absolutely. So definitely check that out. I think this is the last one. And this is just a response to what we're talking about. And yeah, finally someone said carbon is linked to studying head in the hole in the head, excuse me. And James Stone, come on, dude, 7.8 is not hard water. It's almost neutral, LOL. So I don't know. What is neutral? 7?
7. But what most of your discus are under, they like to be around that 5 to 6 is what people say. And I think where he's coming up to that is the tank raised cichlids, tank raised discus nowadays. They've been kept at all kinds of water parameters. So I had made mention that mine is almost 7.8 and most time 8.5. I got a pretty good swing depending on if they're using reserve or regular water. But and I was telling them that I keep discus just fine in my water,
Right. I'm not sure what the next one is. I think that was it for all the positive responses. So thank you guys for that. Leave comments below on this video as well and shout out to us. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. If you want to see something improve, let us know. Kenny and I will definitely consider it. Kenny, you might have to read this one. This is
it says, Chris, that all is black. All I feed is blackwood. My baby discus are 7 months old and the size of their mother, and she is 7-inch wild discus. I do 70% water changes 2 times per week on both of my 90-gallon discus tanks. 6 discus per tank. I will be upgrading the 90s to 125s very soon. I keep my nitrates very low, 15 ppm and 6.4. pH of 6.4. I use RODI water, and I add minerals that I buy out of Germany, and I keep my water at 85 degrees. And then GH 80 parts per million.
Right.
And then KH is at 30 parts per million. Water is very soft, and my discus are always laying eggs. I started at the age of 10, and I'm now 60. Took a break from 78 to 86 to become a Navy CB sniper. Been back in the hobby ever since. Joe H, Navy CB. Joe, I don't call you Joe. Okay, this guy is Petroman. He is an amazing dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you haven't checked him out, Scott, he's got an amazing discus. So,
I have not, but I will, and we definitely want to say thank you for your service.
Absolutely. He knows how I feel. I'm Semper Fi, brother.
Wisconsin Aquatics. This was a great topic for a video, diving deeper into the hobby and going beyond just water changes, aquascaping. To see what it takes to showcase our water dogs in a competition was really interesting. I wish Wisconsin would have more events like that. I would love to use what I've learned from your videos. Another great episode, my favorite show. Thank you very much, Wisconsin Aquatics. I did a little short video about what you need, what to look for, and what you need to do to prepare your fish to be champion fish or winners, or at least compete. And so I think he was responding to that. Next one. How do you say that? Castillo
Valley Cichlids is who that is.
Scott, there will be a YouTuber get-together at Gasoline Alley in the hotel at the Clash. Saturday night, 7 to 9. Y'all are more than welcome to jump in if you aren't judging at that time. And that sucks because I was not able to go to that. And he was one of the YouTubers that I definitely wanted to meet. Now, I might have said hi to him and not realized it, and I apologize if I did, but I really wanted to spend more time, and just unfortunately I couldn't. And you're going to find that out, Kenny, when you do your event. You're going to be so busy doing so much stuff.
Oh, I know, dude. Well, I've already had to pass on a collection trip and a trip for Manzanita Wood, dude, because I've got to be at the hotel to make sure anybody coming in's handled, and I understand. Trust me.
Yeah. Next question. I'd never take a fish out of a tank to show it off. A fish would find it stressful being moved. We generally move fish too much for any of this. Liam Walters. And Kenny, I think you agree with him.
Yeah, I would never go against Scott, but in this particular one, him and I've talked about it. Is the reason I think it's funny that he said that, because we just talked about that probably, episode 1 or 2? I can't remember which one. I think there's one of the fish heads where we actually got into talking about competition.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'm not a believer. Once my fish are healthy and then good, I don't want to mess with them. But
yeah.
So I understand that. But Scott,
I compete. I want people to see my fish and possibly win something. I'm not really looking for the money, but I'm looking for those medals and trophies so I can show. So people will come to my house, they see that I'm really into this stuff and I win. And when I breed fish, they can see that this fish has won something, so it can go with that fish.
Right, and it speaks about the level of mastery you have with fish and aquariums. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Right now, talk about excitement.
There they are. There they go.
So if you have a fish that you love and you haven't thought about showing them yet, you might want to think about it.
Yep.
It's an amazing experience.
Trophies are cool and the money's nice and all that, but the little kids are where it's at.
Yeah,
it's just
absolutely.
It's the best part of the whole show.
Well, I got to tell you, I also believe there's a risk. I mean, and I tell people that, especially when I'm running a show, I'm like, I tell people when they enter fish or they get ready to enter fish, understand that there's a risk involved in moving your fish and putting them into a show tank, shocking the hell out of them with a bunch of people standing around looking at them and prodding them. I mean, you really have to have a seasoned fish that's ready for that, you know, and so I have no problem with people saying they don't want to disturb their fish, because in the end, the fish is the most important thing. You know, we want to make sure that we don't lose that fish. And Liam is right. I mean, you're picking the fish up, you're just damaging their stress coat, you're putting them under a lot of stress. It's not the best thing for the fish. Ultimately, we're trying to promote the hobby, so doing some of these shows gets people to see fish that you've never seen before, and that gets people in the hobby. But I don't take any offense to what Liam says at all. I mean,
But the one thing that you did say, if you are someone that wants to be in shows, the one thing I picked up out of everything he was just speaking is if the fish is conditioned for it.
yeah.
Which I know. I've listened to Chris, and I know what you guys do to keep your fish where people aren't freaking them out. So that's a big part, I think, of what you have to do if you want to have a show fish is condition them for it.
Yep. There's people that will put their tanks in the kitchen or where the most traffic is just so their fish will get used to people going by their tank all the time. There's some people that practice pulling their fish out of tanks and putting them in another tank just to get them used to that. So, again, Liam's got a point. I know people that have shown fish before and have decided against doing it just for that fact that maybe they lost a really prized fish. So, yeah.
That's fish
Absolutely.
I would love to show him. See how big he's getting, man? Look at him.
Yeah, that's why I was so excited last year with the Ohio Cichlid Association Extravaganza. That was like the first one where they did it virtually, where you took video of your fish and you sent it in. And yeah, you're exactly. But I think it's a good point. I'm glad he brought it up and we talked about it. IHSPS Tank Tribe, what is up, man? You took half points away from the clown loach just because it wasn't fully grown, ? So you have to submit adult fish only, ? But then on the other hand, the Bisher didn't lose points for the same reason, ? So all that's me, Kenny. I gotta answer all that. Now here's a clown loach in a very small tank. I know we took a lot of points away from that clown loach because they can get up to 12 inches, if not longer. And this guy was maybe 5, 6 at best. So, yeah, that's Alan actually talking about how small it is. I think out of 20 points, we only gave it 10 based on its size. Pretty good deportment. Here's a Bisher that was basically in a class by itself, so obviously it won. Yes, that clown loach that you saw in my video was about 5 inches, and it gets up to about 12 inches when it's a full-grown adult. So yes, what we're looking for as a judge, as someone that runs a show, is we're looking for adult examples of each of these fish. So that's why we have size as a category. So that fish was not even close to being, it was adult size, so we did deduct half points for it. Let me see what other question was. I'm sorry. So you have to submit adult. You don't have to submit adult fish, but if you want to win, if you want to get as much points as possible, the best chance of you doing that is by bringing the correct size fish. And then the last one, well, on the other hand, the Bisher didn't lose points for the same reason. The Bisher did lose points for the same reason, but the Bisher was the only one in his class, so it was going to win regardless because it was the only fish. That's why you didn't see a lot of discussion with me about the Bisher. Of course, that Bisher was half the size it was supposed to be either, but if there's no other contestants for it to go up against, guess what? It wins. So that's that.
Yeah, she's a good gal. That's Steph with the I Hate Stupid People. She's a great gal.
Yeah. All right, Scott. This is Stephen Meller. Scott, I took the plunge this weekend. I now am the proud owner of a male Dovi. His name is Zeus. He's about 20 centimeters and is currently in a 4x2x2 by himself. I've started shopping for his upgrade home already. Excellent. Good job. Never thought I'd have one this soon, but he popped up for a sale and I got him. Well, congratulations, Stephen, on that. He's 20 centimeters. What is that, Kenny?
20 centimeters. That's probably going to be what, about probably 15 inches?
No, it can't be that big. What is it? Is it?
Oh, centimeters are smaller. Yeah, they're smaller
10,
than inches.
10 centimeters in an inch or something. I don't know. Sorry, guys.
I'm guessing he's about like that, Scott.
You think so?
Yeah.
In a 4-foot tank?
Yep.
Let me see this again. I am now the proud owner of a male dog. His name is Zeus. He's about 20 centimeters and currently in a... All right, you might be right. Let us know, guys, in the comments below if you know what the hell the metric system is. Kenny and I are old as hell, and we're not...
Yeah, we're old school, and we're not converting now.
We're called the fish heads. We're not like scientists or anything like that. So Let us know what you think 20 centimeters is. I'm going to go with, Kenny, you said how many inches? What is that?
That's about 6 inches.
That's
Right.
That's your 6 inch. Men's 6 inches is a lot different than women's 6 inches.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my wife thinks this is 6 inches, but you know what I mean.
Oh my God. I'm going to go that it's, if you're going 6, I'm going below 6. I'm going to say it's 4 inches.
All right. All right.
All right. Next question. Rod, I just purchased 2 very small dovies and a flower horn, have them all in the same tank. I'm sorry, here I go laughing again. To grow them out, I hope they will make it. You want to take that one, Kenny? You want me to take it? Listen, can I just say something real quick? I never want to hear someone say, I hope they make it.
I mean, right off the bat, he knows he's doing bad. That's what's bad about it. He knows it's not something he should be doing.
Right, and we don't mean any offense, Rod, at all. But
no, but Rod, that's not going to work. The flower horn might even kick the dovi up in the younger years, but then that dovi is going to say, you know what, I've had enough of you. Bam, he bites him in half and he moves on with his life.
Right.
Bad situation all the way around. Early on, I think the flower horn beat the beater, and then I think it's going to convert the dovi are going to take over. So, what you think, Scott?
I think you said it perfectly. It doesn't say a tank size or anything, but I don't know. The tank size might help it. If it says 2 very small dovi and 1 flower horn, does that mean 2 inches and he's got them in a 6-foot tank? I don't know. End result is, if you're ever saying, I hope they make it, I'm concerned for you. And I don't mean any disrespect to you, Rod, at all. And we appreciate your question. And we're here to answer all questions of all levels, because that's why we have the fish heads here. But I would always err on thinking about the animal first or the fish first and try to just give them the best possible conditions they can have. And if you're ever saying in a situation, oh, I hope it works out, then it's probably the wrong situation and you need to rethink that. So good luck to you. And hopefully everything works out. And if you have any questions, anything we can help with, definitely leave comments below. Kenny and I will help you out. Right, Kenny?
Absolutely.
All right. We're going through these pretty quick now. That's good. Brett Skinner, great episode. I really enjoyed it. And this is going to be for you, Kenny. If I can I ask where the Black Nasty would fall size-wise? Thanks. Keep up the great work. So, Kenny, this was the top 5 largest cichlids in the world. You have a Black Nasty, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the not a Dapsus hyench?
It's a Hycientia cichlid.
Yeah.
And they are amazing fish, but size-wise, I'm going to put them at probably a little bit bigger than an Oscar once they're at full size, just a tad bigger. But the males are going to be solid black, and the females will get this gorgeous white. The females will have a black face. The males will have a white face. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful fish.
Now, you have a male or you got a pair?
Mine's a female.
You got a female.
And this morning when I woke up, Scott, I noticed that she's got that stuff where I don't know what she did to herself, but she's got.
Oh yeah.
So she's not gonna be around much longer, I'm guessing. I will try to replace her, but there's something that went on, and she's got problems. So
sorry about that, Kenny. I forgot that happened, and that brought up that subject. But
you know what? They're an awesome fish. I've had that fish for probably 5 years now, 4 years. Very, very personable species. Absolutely wonderful fish. And the best person, if you want information on it, I always preach about them. You go to Andy Wood's channel. He's the one that got me exposed to Hashi. They are amazing, and that's where you will see the true look of that Black Nasty. I mean, that is a cool fish.
Amen. Definitely subscribe to Andy Wood's channel. One of the saddest videos I ever saw was when one of his male Black Nasty.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I almost was in tears because he had them for so long, and but yeah, I mean,
they're his children. They really are.
Everyone goes through a situation. If you're going to keep a fish for any length of time, you're going to run into a situation where you lose a fish that you really love, and doesn't matter how well you try to take care of them, sometimes stuff just happens. So
And that's where I would recommend don't name your fish.
yeah, right. Because you make it even more attached to them, right?
Right, and I think it puts the mark on them. Dink.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next question. Richard Musgrove. My Midas is 8 inches and won't eat. Any suggestions? He is always shaking around the tank, always moody. Any advice, please? So his Midas 8 inches won't eat.
First thing I'd throw in there is a night crawler. I've never seen a fish not eat a night crawler.
Right.
That wiggling, they just can't resist it, and I think he'll nail it every time. But the shaking is the part that I've seen my bigger cichlids shake when they're ready to mate.
Right.
Because he never said it sounds like it's a solo fish.
Right.
So my first question would be, what does he have in tank surrounding
Right.
the tank? Does he have like a Midas female across from him, or a red devil female that maybe he's more interested in getting at her than worrying about eating because he sees her through the glass? That's the first thing that came to my mind with the shaking. But
great point. Now I'm going to say something that's going to be scandalous, and I've done this before, and I live by it. I have gone when I've had that situation where fish aren't eating or a fish is not eating. I've gone 2 up to 3 days not feeding them, and then feed them, and then all of a sudden they'll start eating it. So I mean, to wean a fish off of one food and get them to the other, sometimes I've gone, like I said, 2 to 3 days not feeding them anything, because at that 3rd day or 4th day, they are so hungry, they will start accepting other food. So an 8-inch Midas is not going to die if you don't feed it for 2 or 3 days. Trust me. So I would try that out. Don't feed them for a few days. Feed them the stuff you're trying to feed them, and see if that works. If it doesn't work, you might want to switch foods. I mean, I wish I knew what you were trying to feed them. That would give us a little better, because they're carnivores, so they're going to want meaty foods. If you're trying to feed them some plant stuff, they're probably not going to want to eat that stuff. So if you watch this episode, leave comments below. Let us know what you're feeding it. And like Kenny said, do you have any other fish around it that's making it not pay attention to the food and pay more attention to its tank mates? All right. Top 5 big mistakes. Glenn Eldridge. Tell me about red tear cichlids. You want me to take that? You got that, Kenny?
You can take that one. I know what they are, but I'm not an expert on them by any means.
I'm not an expert on them either, but let me pull this out of my head. South American cichlid, Mesohirus feste. They get up to about 12 inches. The female is one of the most beautiful cichlids you'll ever see. It actually has more color than the male, which is very rare when it comes to cichlid. Normally, the male is the most beautiful or most dominant looking one. Even with African cichlids, it's always the male has the most colors, and the female is drab.
The other time I've seen it like that is with the Salvini Rio Candelaria. The female is really bright and gorgeous, but
yeah, absolutely.
But it doesn't happen very often. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And yes, the female feste are amazingly gorgeous.
It's amazing. We're talking about fish shows. People will always show the female and not the male because of the incredible color that the female gets. Carnivores again. I would keep them. They're called the red tear. They're really not as aggressive as their name sounds.
Mm-hmm.
I would put them, I don't know, somewhere in the jaguar as far as aggression level. Green terror somewhere in there. They're not going to be like a dovi. What do you think? You think the black nasty is a little more aggressive than them, Kenny? Or
yeah, I would. The black nasties I would put right below a dovi. They're pretty. That's the reason she was down there by herself. She needed to be. I mean, anything I put her in, she destroyed. So
right.
But the festes are, I would say, firemouth, severum, those type of fish that are. I don't want to say full blown semi. I would say, just use caution. It's not. I don't think it's one that's going to go around and actively look for anything. I think it's the type that will defend itself if it's messed with, but it's not. It's not going to go out seeking trouble.
Yeah, so. I think you could put some community fish in there, some dither fish, and it would be all right. I've always kept them in a single tank by themselves, especially a pair. But gorgeous fish. Probably one of my top 5 fish. I absolutely love red terrace. All right, Kenny, we got a long one coming. You might have to read this one, small print.
The red doveye is a hybrid flower horn. Whoa. Let me hold on. I misread this. The red doveye is a hybrid. Okay, flower horns are hybrids as well. Specifically, the red Texas flower horn. 30 to 40 years ago, these were nowhere to be found anywhere in the aquatic industry. Now we have people crossbreeding red devils with Trimax and Texas blues with doveye to create these hybrid species. This is terrible for the authenticity of pure fish breeds. It's like crossbreeding a pure German Shepherd with a Husky. You'll get a nice looking animal, but it will not be a pure species of anything. Just my thoughts.
Well, can I say this? The red devil is not the red doveye is not a hybrid from what everyone's telling me. And I'm connected to the ACA, the American Cichlid Association. That is supposed to be a true species that's found in the wild. So that's what I'm being told, that it's this natural species. When I look at it, do I think it looks like a hybrid? Absolutely. Does it look like a red devil and a doveye got together? Absolutely. But as of right now, and things change when it comes to cichlid information, they're saying it is a true breed.
But one thing I would say to them as well is a lot of people get very incensed about hybridizing. The problem that people don't, hybridization happens in the wild even, guys.
Yep.
So just because man does it on occasion, and believe me, I would class myself as a purist. I like stuff the way it's meant to be. However, I do like the same species of fish being color morphed for more color and whatnot. But again, whether we like it or not, hybridization happens in the wild naturally as well.
Yep, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I know there's a lot of negative talk about flower horns and hybrids and stuff like that. I'm with you, Kenny. I would prefer to have purebred fish. When I do that, drop that video, you're gonna hear Greg Steves talk about how he feels that keeping flower horns when they're pure fish dying out there every day is a real sin to him. We should be trying to save these fish that are God created and not hybrids that are man created. But to your point, there is a lot of hybrids happening in the wild. So I think hybrids are going to be in our hobby for the rest of the hobby. So
the only time I really, really hate is when you are doing things that you can see, looking at the fish, that it's, one, not going to have a quality life. Two, has to be, sometimes look at them in pain. And
blood parrot.
I wasn't going to name names. Okay. If you're going to go there, blood parrot, King Kong, flower horns, anything they take and they squish the body, I can't stand. I mean,
I'm going to get some flack for this, but at the Keystone Clash, there was some short-bodied green terrors. I was like, oh my God, why? And there was something else, a dwarf something, and people are just, I don't know. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
But again, not saying if you're keeping them, I got anything against you. It's to each their own. But those are the true hybridizations that I know. It's not good for the fish. You can see they're not going to have a complete life that they most likely would have had that not happened to them.
Amen, Kenny. So. Amen. Next question. I'll read this one. What does that say? Adrian C.A. Cichlids?
Yep. Adrian's.
Have been seeing your video once again as it popped up. Yes, it's true regarding the temperament of the Parachromos doveye. I've had the Maniguins for quite long now, and a lot of them were docile rather than aggressive. The female juvenile that I'm having right now is by far the most aggressive Maniguins that I'm holding. Maniguins, if you guys don't know, it means the jaguar cichlid. She's the 6th or 7th generation from my large pair of Maniguins, where both parents are docile in nature. So it's true to each individual is their own. And this is from a video. This comment was from last week from an older video I did about the aggression level of doveys. I was just basically speaking. I've had some dovies that have been hyper aggressive, Kenny, and I've had some dovies that have been skittish as hell. And you just never know. It just comes down to the fish, I guess, because, you know, everyone says dovi are the most aggressive, but some of them are really, really shy. And, you know, you have to do a lot just to get them to come out of the tank. Just like jaguars. I mean, I've seen all different kinds. So I used to have a dovi. When I got near the tank, it would actually sometimes try to jump out of the tank. He was so skittish. It would just drive me nuts. So you don't have a dovi right now, do you? What's that beautiful? What is that? A jaguar behind you?
No, that's a yellow jacket. Yellow.
Beautiful.
Love that fish too.
I mean, that fish is nice. I mean, how big is that fish? 6 inches again, or? Wow. Yeah. Beauty.
Scott and I said that on a previous episode too, is that sometimes, again, I can't wait because there's going to be a lot of people that will be seeing what my fish really are in person. And I always love Scott because they watch our videos.
Yep.
But the first time they come to your house, they realize, wow, that fish is huge. You know,
yep. Or that tank is huge. Yeah.
Right.
That's what happened with me when that guy came to come pick up some fish for me. He was like, oh my God, this fish is so big. I was like, yeah, it doesn't really translate well on video, but they're huge. They're absolutely huge. Next, Eman. Hey, I really enjoyed your videos. Would you recommend a Cuban Salvini or a Jack Dempsey as a single wet pet in a 36-inch length, 15 width, and 16-inch height? What is that, like a 40-gallon, Kenny?
That's what it's looking at. I was thinking that or like a 30, right at a 30-gallon.
Yeah, wanted to take next step from just keeping tetras for the past years to a beautiful American cichlid, but I can't keep a bigger aquarium in my apartment. So
it's probably a 33.
Inches.
I would say it's probably 33, ain't it?
Yeah, I agree with you. 36 inches is decent. He said Cuban, Salvini, or Jack Dempsey. I think the Cuban is out. What do you think? Salvini, I mean.
I was thinking if he went Salvini, he could probably keep 2 of them in there.
Yep.
Especially if they're a pair. That'd be a perfect little platform. Now, once they breed and you get babies, you'll have to move the babies out or the parents out. But I think your best bet is the Salvini. I think they're going to be the ones
I
to
agree.
do.
And they're beautiful fish, Kenny. I mean, beautiful.
And there's like, yeah, I'm down to now, Scott. My male finally passed, so I'm down to just the female left. But I bred those for years. Mine were from Rusty Wessel's collections. So
yes.
He brought them here when he spoke for us. And I'm like, oh, F1s from Rusty. I'm all over that, you know. But the thing is with those fish, there's several different subspecies of Salvini out there. So you just find the one that you most like. And I think you could get a pair of them in there pretty comfortably where they won't kill each other until you start breeding. Then you're going to have issues. But
all right, so we agree on that. And then second choice, I guess I would go with, is it Jack Dempsey I'm going to go with, I guess?
Yeah.
And then the Cuban would be the last resort for a 3-foot-long tank.
But what I was going to put on the addendum for the Jack Dempsey is go with the electric blue Jack Dempsey, which they are little. They're not as, they don't get as big as the other Jack Dempseys, and they also have a brilliant color, and their temperament is a little toned down from a Jack Dempsey.
So let's give him 2 that we think would be okay in the 3-gallon. So we could do Fire Mouse, but again, that would just have to be, what do you think, a single, or could you get a pair in a 3-gallon?
No, it's a 33-gallon.
Excuse me, a 3-foot tank. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that would be fine. Couple of them. I was also leaning towards rainbow cichlids because they're such a chill little cichlid.
Yes, absolutely. What else is out there? I think those are 2 great choices. The T-bar cichlid, is that the same thing as a rainbow cichlid, or is that?
I think it's similar. Rainbow cichlids are like a beautiful gold color, and then they get.
Yeah. And what about those? I mean, I know they're really, really rare, but those zebra acaras that you have.
Oh, yeah. Those would go good. 2 of them to start, but again, be watching them because if you got 2 males and then all of a sudden they figure out they're, you know, they will whack. But if you had a pair, I think you'd be fine with zebra acara in that that platform. They only get this big, and electric blue Acara as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so I'm super excited that you're switching from Tetris to American Cichlids. We wish you luck. Keep watching our channel and leave questions if you have anything else we can help you with. But Salvinize, I think, are your best choice. Beautiful looking cichlid. You can't go wrong with them at all. So, Kenny, it's been 57 minutes, and I can't believe it. And we have the last question. Lehman Walters again. This is from my top 5 reasons why you should get a Chancho, not a Red Devil. I would agree with this. They're the best Amphilophus to get. I'm very, very fond of the Lioni, though. But Chancho are really something else. I am losing my voice. But I love the Lioni also. Lioni, I guess I'm saying that right. Because they are a Cares fish, Kenny. I don't know if you knew that or not. But that is the only American cichlid that I'm aware of that's actually on the Cares list, and is that the Amphilophus lioni. And I've had them before. I've had trouble keeping them for whatever reason. I always put them with the wrong tank mates, and I'm very impatient when it comes to really small fish, and I got to get better at that. But Lioni for sure are great fish. They look like, Kenny, like the barb Midas with a lot of reds in them. In fact,
okay.
they look like red terror colors, the male colors, not the female. So really cool fish. Sorry about that. So, Kenny, we have come to the end of the show.
Oh,
What's going on for you? You got this your fish show coming up. This fish, say it for me.
Fishtoberfest this weekend. Yeah, baby, I'm gonna have a good time.
You're gonna be recording that for us so we can enjoy it on your channel.
I'm gonna try, Scott. I'm not gonna give 100%. You just from judging this weekend know how hard it is to break away. Try being the president of the club that's introducing all the speakers, making sure all this goes where it needs to be. I mean, I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna try my hardest to get some footage. Might even try to go a couple of lives while I'm down there. But
I was going to ask that. Yeah.
But the thing I would say is, I know there's at least a dozen to 2 dozen YouTubers going to be there, so there will be some coverage from Fishtoberfest.
Awesome. So that's happening. You said the 9th,
10th.
So we'll look forward to that. Is Danny in the club too? Like, as far as, is she a secretary or anything like that? Or
Danny is our BAP person. She's the one that's in charge of all of our breeder awards program and all that. So
awesome. Well, Kenny, good luck with that. Any new video you got coming out, or you got so much stuff going on right now?
It's just going to be Fishtoberfest at the moment. After that, we go live every Sunday. That's not going to change. 6 p.m. Pacific.
You're going to be so tired on Sunday. You sure you're going on live?
I have not missed the Sunday stream in almost 3 years straight now.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
The minute I do, I know it's it. I'm going to go downhill. Then I'll be like every other weekend. I'm not. I'm going to stay committed, man.
All right, guys. I told you that I just dropped a video about the Dovi, how large does it get? So check that out. Again, I'm going to be dropping Greg Steve's interviews. It's a 4-part series. 1's already out. 2 will be coming out tomorrow. Kenny and I gave you a bunch of options of events that are happening around. Most of them were in the Northeast area, but some of them are in Kenny's area. Definitely get out, guys. Get out of the house and go enjoy these fish events. I'm getting scared that they're going to start shutting things down again. So get out there and enjoy it while you can.
Get it while you can.
As always, guys, we appreciate you coming to the Fish Heads. We're going to try to do this at least, we promise each other, at least once a month, we're going to get a Fish Heads out there. I know you guys love this show. We love doing it. We're going to try to get it out there as much as possible, but we appreciate your patience. Thank you for following us. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the praise. And we're probably going to have a guest on here real soon. I got a lot lined up, and everyone keeps saying, when are we going to be on your show? And I'm like, I'm sorry. We're trying to get this all together. So real soon, guys, we'll have some guests on here that you'll really enjoy. Just like we had Chris last episode. That was a pretty popular episode, by the way. Got a lot of views. So thanks again, guys. Kenny, thank you so much for being here.
You know I love this, bro. Thanks for having me.
Good luck with your event.
I'm stoked, man. The one thing
Yeah.
I'm really going to be stoked about next Tuesday at this time, Scott, I'll be
Yep.
chilling. I'll be chilling like a villain. Just
Are you
it's
on
over.
vacation? Are you taking a day off or what?
I took 2 full days after the event off just so I can, because I know I'm taking 2 to the airport the day after the event. So I wanted 1 more day just to, get everything back, do some water changes.
Smart
Get
man, smart man. All right, guys, we'll see you next episode. Peace.
Peace out.